Commandant, Colonel Ellis Robinson, I commend you, sir, for your stewardship and dedication in ensuring that there is no deviation from the institutional philosophy of the Cadet Corps. Despite the challenges, you continue to persevere and spearhead initiatives and strategies to ensure that the Trinidad and Tobago Cadet Force, celebrating 107 years, not only survives, but also thrives. I must further congratulate you, sir. I have to big you up on the historic achievements of the Cadet Corps for 2017. So admirably delineated by you in your address. It is indeed a historic year, with the establishment of the first all-female naval cadet unit at Holy Faith Convent, Vancouver, and also the establishment of the first Islamic all-female cadet unit at Astor Girls College, Charleville. Seen on television, the glint and deep pride of those Astor girls was a wow moment for me personally and for Trinidad and Tobago. It represents a strong symbol of female empowerment and the strength and power of our inclusive diversity in our country, the region, and the wider world. And let me be blunt here, it demonstrates inspirational leadership, sir. It further recognizes the obvious, that for any nation to progress, gender equity and female empowerment are critical. And young men on the parade field, you have a role to play in gender equality and women empowerment by welcoming those female units with the required mutual respect. Co-executive of the cadets, please, I beg you, do not lose your resolve and goal of achieving a cadet unit in every secondary school in Trinidad and Tobago. It will destroy that cycle of juvenile deviance by fortifying students with the necessary life skill set. Young men and women out here in the parade field and who sits in the audience, the road to progress and success can be a difficult one. You wear your service medals and badges with great pride, and so it should be. However, you will confront persons with different kinds of service medals and even badges. And these service medals and badges would consist of badges of ignorance, impatience, intolerance, and with no empathy or compassion. It is the reality of modern day living. And as Mark Twain stated, and this I have observed every day, and I quote, "It is easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled." I repeat, it is easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. End of quote. Your service medals and badges must always remain a strong representation of a nation's hope, vision, and duty to country. You will have choices and options. On that road of life, you will meet the proverbial roundabout, junctions, and forked roads. As has been stated previously, and I quote, "The fork in the road is never behind us. It is always ahead." End of quote. You can go right, you can go left, or you can go ahead. The decision is yours. The straight and narrow path or the road to hell is sometimes paved with good intentions. The cadets of today, you are the executives of tomorrow and the employees of tomorrow. So any lessons that are learned at this stage, like critical thinking, problem solving, teamwork, leadership, will manifest themselves through increased competence, a sustainable and productive work ethic, and most important of all, what you learn here must demonstrate your don't leave anyone behind philosophy. This society needs more persons like you all, who are diligent, responsible, dependable, determined, and disciplined. I remember a few weeks ago having a conversation with the Deputy Commandant, Lieutenant Colonel Reynolds York, about the possibilities of shifting this parade to a location where Trinidad and Tobago Cadet Force could be put on display to persons who would not normally get a chance to see such. Somewhere like Mayaro, Buenos Aires, Icacos, Blanchisez, Toco, Charlottesville. And I was pleasantly informed that this was being actively pursued. However, the Cadet Corps did not have the resources to move hundreds of cadets such great distances without the necessary logistical support. Imagine in this day and age that technically we are saying that some parts of this country are inaccessible and still too far, not due to a lack of roads or infrastructure, but due to a lack of transport. I can only imagine that now, with the addition of 25 new secondary schools, something that should be a cause for celebration now has the potential to be a cause for concern. I therefore implore the authorities to provide the vehicles to the Cadet Corps to carry out its solitary mandate. I am also heartened to hear that next year's parade will take place in our sister isle, Tobago. I therefore must applaud the entire Cadet Force with its administrators for this wonderful initiative and implore you to do your best to ensure it is a resounding success. I urge corporate Trinidad and Tobago, in the spirit of true corporate social responsibility, to come on board and support this visionary act. This Tobago initiative must be an unforgettable success. Invest in a social program, such a program that can only redound to the benefit of our country. As I close, I wish to extrapolate what I stated at the 105th Founders Day celebration of the Scout movement of Trinidad and Tobago in San Fernando. It bears relevance to the institutional philosophies of the Cadet Corps that would lead to a greater nation and a better world. My admonition is the same. Create a better Trinidad and Tobago and be that change that we seek in TNT. It can be a challenge, even a battle, for you will sometimes have to stand alone on the side of right in the face of wrong. So many of us hide in the comfort of the herd of what is popular. And sometimes, many times, sometimes, what is popular is simply wrong. In your fight to create a better world, remember those who want change often want things to remain the same. And I am totally therefore sold on the idea that if this Cadet Corps is given the resources and the logistical support, that it can make the transformational difference in addressing the challenges that our young people face today and will face tomorrow, and will face in the tomorrow of their lives. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.